Well, NASCAR news, I have not done this one in a while, so there's going to be a lot of stuff in here, some old stuff, some new stuff. Really the only old thing to think about is the penalties at Michigan from last week. I should have talked about this in my last video, but I didn't know about it until after the last video came out. So, in Michigan, they had 3 Cup Series teams, 1 Xfinity Series team, and 1 Truck Series team get penalized. So the crew chiefs were fined. The first Cup Series team, crew chief Mike Wheeler and driver Bubba Wallace was fined in the number 23 Toyota. Then you have the number 51 Rick Pettywear Racing Chevrolet, driven by Cody Ware and his crew chief Mike Hillman. They got penalized and fined. Ross Chastain in the 42 car got penalized as well. They weren't disqualified though. They kept their finishing positions, so they were not disqualified. The next thing we talk about is the Xfinity Series. The Xfinity Series had one driver, championship favorite AJ Allmendinger, I think, won that race as well at Michigan. He got penalized for something as well. Of course, then you go way back to last Friday to penalize at Gateway, Truck Series driver for McAnally Racing. In the 19, Derek Kraus, he had been penalized for loose lug nuts on his car. Again, no one was disqualified, they were just penalized, it's different. Another thing to point out, yesterday's Xfinity race was red flag for rain after 19 laps. The caution came out on lap 15 at Daytona, and Allmendinger was leading, but they red flagged. Eventually, since it was getting late, so they had to postpone the race till later today, which is at 12:30 p.m. I've checked the forecast. That's not too likely because it is going to rain, actually. It is going to rain at Daytona, around Daytona, though it won't be like that all-day rain. I don't know what the weather for Sunday is. For Sunday, I'm not sure. So let's just assume they get this race going at 12:30 later today. Another thing, so Allmendinger is leading lap 19. They're also going to be. So hopefully we could get that Xfinity race in today. Another thing they're going to try to do is the Cup Series race is later tonight, 7 p.m. And Kyle Larson has the pole for that race. So, and one more thing. This has been rumored. And, this has been rumored for months and months. And the rumor was people thought, well, Kurt Busch is even going to Trackhouse or 2311. Eventually, Trackhouse had opened that second car. He was at one place with Ross Chastain and going to Trackhouse, and Kurt Busch goes to 2311 Racing in that second car, because we know he can't go to Trackhouse because Chastain's at Trackhouse, so he goes to 2311 Racing, and he is actually driving, for number 45 Toyota Camry next year. The reason why it's number 45 is because that was the number Michael Jordan wore when he was playing for the Wizards. I think after his second retirement, it was his number he wore when he was on the Wizards. In case you don't know, yes, Michael Jordan was on the Wizards. Of course, they already have a paint scheme for next year. It's the Mountain Dew 45 Toyota paint scheme. Also would have mean that start when you go to next year's Daytona 500. Kurt Busch, after next year's Daytona 500, Kurt Busch would have driven in 4 different manufacturers. He drove a Dodge for Team Penske. He drove a Dodge in his days at Penske in the late 2000s, and in 2010, 2011, he drove a Chevy, of course, for Ganassi, Phoenix Racing and Furniture Row Racing. He's been on a lot of teams. And of course, he drove with Ford in his earlier days at Roush Fenway Racing, driving the number 97, and his later days at, well, not more recently, at Stewart Haas Racing, driving the number 41 Ford. So that's the long news for today.